I'm Dr. Maureen Craig. I'm a nurse specialist and also working with yoga. I'm a yoga teacher. And I'm going to share a practice tonight that focuses a bit on the shoulders and also on strengthening the back. There's lots of muscles around the spine, and it's important to pay attention to those to help retain our posture and to keep our shoulders on our back. As we age, I'm going to just kind of show you from the side what can happen is a lot of our work brings our shoulders forward. And the more our shoulders come forward, the more chance of getting pinched as you lift your arm. So that can happen, that the shoulders get impinged, and then also the neck starts to kink because the shoulders and back are coming forward and the neck kinks. All of these things can cause quite a bit of discomfort. So what we'll practice on is landing the shoulders on the back, strengthening those back muscles that tie the shoulder blades to the back body, and then also strengthening all those muscles that surround the spine so that our spine stays nice and strong and upright. However, let's begin our practice with a breath practice. You know, in yoga, we pay attention not only to the body, but also to the mind. So find a comfortable seat in your chair or whatever surface is supporting you, and feel the weight of the body coming down, maybe a bit to the feet and also to your chair. The spine lifting up, a certain degree of attention and lightness in the heart. And then turning your attention even more inward as you lower your gaze or close your eyes and find your breath. Can you feel the breath in the body, where it's moving you? We set aside a few minutes now to care for ourselves. Keep bringing your attention back here. Take a little fuller inhale, a little longer exhale. You might count to 4 on the inhale. And on the exhale, count to 4 or more as you let the breath fully out. Repeating that pattern of 4 count on the inhale, 4 or more on the exhale. On your own now for a few breaths. Nice and slow. Bring your attention to the nose as you're breathing, feeling the coolness of the in-breath and the warmth of the exhale. Moving the attention now to the third eye, where you sense the sinuses, feeling the coolness of the in-breath and the warmth of the out-breath. Moving your attention to the back of the throat, where you feel the breath swirling on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. Noticing the shoulders lifting just a bit and settling. Feeling the ribs lifting and spreading. Folding with the exhale. Settling your attention now on the low belly and just feeling the breath coming all the way here. And the navel coming in and up with exhale. One more very conscious breath. Bring your attention over your heart and take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Perhaps being present with your body, your mind throughout practice, so you can care for this vessel that holds your life. Lengthen a bit through the spine and the crown, and then gently drop your right ear towards your right shoulder and roll the left shoulder. Find some circles there. Land that shoulder blade on the back. Feel the connection between the arm and the torso. Switching sides, lengthen. Tip the ear towards the left and roll the right shoulder. Feel the shoulder blade, its connection to the back body. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Bring your fingertips here to the collarbones. Draw down a bit as you lift your chin, stretching the neck. Lengthen through the spine and then tip your chin towards your chest and roll out the back of the neck, stretching all those little muscles that hold the neck to the torso. Roll your shoulders forward up towards your ears. Let them land on your back. Couple shoulder rolls, feeling that connection with your spine, with your back body, all those muscles in the shoulders. And take a hold of the side of your chair. You can hold it in any position underneath the seat or on the chair leg. Lengthen up through the spine and then gently lean away from that arm that's holding. Inhale through center and take it to the other side. Take your time as you work with these poses. You may have arthritis or osteoporosis, any of these things that might switch to the other side. Make it sensitive for you to move in and out of some of these postures and switch again. Always honoring your body. So we want to stay very present with this experience. Gently walk both hands over to the outside of your right leg. Use the energy in the torso to exhale and twist. Inhale, coming through center and taking it to the other side. Exhale and twist. And then come back to center. Twisting off to the right again. At the end of the exhale, raising up the back arm. If it doesn't want to go up very high, that's okay. Do whatever is comfortable for you. If it can go up, great. Feel a good stretch in that arm and then gently fold forward as you reach out in front of you. Good stretch for the back body. Inhale and gently move to the twist on the other side. Exhale here, inhale the back arm, and begin to fold as you reach forward. Coming back to a seated posture. I want you to use your mind's eye to feel the pelvic floor. And on the exhale, we're going to lift the elevator there. So just engaging the pelvic floor, pubic bone to tailbone, lifting, 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 and engaging all those muscles all the way up to the bottom of the ribs. So you have a nice, strong core here. Option to put your arms in cactus if you like, and that's comfortable for your shoulders. We'll lean back a little bit. So a nice, strong base. Take a breath. Stay engaged. Lean forward a bit. Stay engaged, breath, and exhale. Lean back, breathe. Take a twist and lean over that right knee. Exhale here, inhale back. Exhale, twist to the other side. Engage those obliques as you rotate and fold. Inhale, lifting back. Exhale, rotate and fold. Inhale, big breath back. Exhale, rotate and fold, keeping the spine long, engaged. And release, cleansing breath. We'll do that one more time. It can be exhausting to use the core muscles, so it's good to give yourself a bit of a break and then let yourself engage again. As we're resting those muscles for a moment, we might do a little cat-cow. So place your hands on your kneecaps. Push the spine out behind you. Inhale, lift the heart and the gaze. Exhale, push the spine out behind you, Marjariyasana. Inhale, Vidyasana, lift the heart and gaze. Okay, coming back to center now. Bring your attention to the pelvic floor, engaging the pelvic floor, and now the core muscles that wrap all of the abdomen, nice and strongly engaged. Option to move your hands into cactus. Inhale back. Exhale, float the heart over your right knee. Exhale. Inhale, lifting back. Exhale over the left knee. Inhale back. Exhale over that other knee. Back and forth. Stay strong in your core. And exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, fold. Inhale back, last one. And fold. Coming back to center, stretch your arms out in a T and roll your thumbs back to just squeeze those shoulder blades a little bit. Couple more times. There we go. Feel that nice opening across the front of your body. All right, move yourself forward just a little bit. Let's talk about our plie stance. So each of us have our hips inserted at just a little different point in the pelvis. And so some people really need to turn their feet out, and other people, the feet are more forward facing, maybe just a little bit out. Either way, you want to have your knees over your ankles as you come into a plie stance. So coming off of your chair, and I'm just going to move back just a little bit here. So our chair is a little bit back, and you can see me more on the mat so that you can see more of my body. Okay, there we go. Feet on the mat, out at a diagonal, and you want to keep the spine kind of like between two panes of glass. And just begin by gently lifting and lowering in that plie position. Keep the feet engaged, meaning the heels on the mat. A little bit of pushing apart. If you need to have your hand on a chair while you're doing this, that's perfectly okay. If not, we're going to bring our hands into cactus. Feeling that pulsing up and down. Breathing with it here. Four more. 3, 2, 1. Hold low and release. Okay, if you have some weights, this is the time where you could use like a 1 pound weight, okay? You do not have to use a weight, but sometimes we like to use a little weight to help build the muscles in our shoulders and arms. Returning to that plie stance. Get yourself comfortable here, and we'll begin with the elbows being just a little bit away from the waist. And we'll use the rotator cuff to open the arms out wide and bring them back. Open and back. Now pay attention to your shoulder blades. Do you feel them on your back? Keep those muscles engaged. 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a break. Cleansing breath. Back into our plie. Starting here, lift the elbows so the arms are out to the side. Don't go above the shoulders. Try and stay below the shoulders, okay? Elbows in and up. Breathing. Feel the shoulder blades on the back. Breathing. 4. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 3, 2, 1. And lift it up and release. Doing great. Squeeze the glutes a little bit if your legs are getting a little tired like mine are, giving them a little bit of a break. Then drop back into that plie. Coming here first, raise the arms up. Feel those shoulder blades squeeze together. Elbows wrist down and up. And down and up. Breathing. Breathe and squeeze. Breathe and squeeze. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. And release. Shake out those legs. We've got 1 more series to do. You can do it. A lot of work today. You don't have to go so deep in your squat if that's feeling a little bit much for you, okay? When you're ready, come into cactus arms. Exhale, bring those elbows forward. Open and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And release. Beautiful. Set your weights aside if you had them. And if you didn't have them, no worries. We're going to come now into just a little bit different posture with our legs. But before we do, let's take a moment to pay attention to our wrists with a little wrist circle. And then take and press the palm forward. Draw the fingers back as you push through the wrist to get a bit of forearm stretch. That feels so good to the forearm and really helps our arms work well. Other side. Taking a bit of a stretch there. Nice. All right, now coming so that you're in the long edge of your mat or facing the short edge, parallel with the long. Have the feet come directly forward. Then soften your knees and your hips so that your booty sticks back a little bit. Bring your arms alongside you and begin to use your triceps, engaging your triceps. So you push the hands down, push them down. Keep the spine long. Exhale down. Use your breath as you do this. Two more. Now, having your hands behind you, just clap the hands like you're squeezing a ball behind you. Feel that engagement of those shoulder blades. Exhale. And another time here. And then let's stand for a moment, shake out the legs, giving them a little bit of a break, cleansing breath. Once more, dropping into that squat and really lifting the hands. You can have the palms facing up or down. Keep the shoulder blades down the back, even as you're lifting the hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the neck comfortable and long. Four more. 3, 2, last one, and release. All right, facing me one more time. Bring your arms out to the side and roll the thumbs back. Squeeze the shoulder blades a couple times. And then check in with your shoulders. We gave them a pretty good workout today. How are they feeling? Hopefully you're paying attention to them as we're practicing. and you sense where your limits are and where your work is. We want to bring health to our body as we practice. So keep listening. All right, we're going to move into our legs a little bit now. One of our challenge poses today is Warrior 3. And so it's important to stretch through the soles of the feet and the back of the legs as we prepare for this. So bring your left foot forward. You can use the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Step back with the right foot and just roll it up and down a little bit as you stretch out the sole of the foot, coming up onto the toes. I like to remember the strike point for the foot is on the heel, and then you roll through the big toe. So just imagining that as you're working your feet, coming up onto your toes, dropping down to your heels. And then put your heel down and push into your hands so you get a good calf stretch. Breathe with that for a breath or two. And then we're going to come into a hamstring stretch on the front leg. So draw that left hip back, point the toes forward, draw the kneecap up a bit, and then slowly float your heart down over the knee. Keep pushing the tailbone back, stretching the back of that hamstring. Breathing with that. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides. I'm going to get a sip of water here. Bringing your right foot forward and the left foot back. Slowly work through the sole of the foot from the heel through the big toe. Our feet are in shoes much of the day, and this is our chance to really let all those tiny bones and muscles get a little space. Then dropping the heel and pressing into both hands as you keep that heel down and bring your hips forward just a bit to stretch the calf. And then switching now, bringing that attention to the front hip and draw that hip back, a little bit of straightening in that knee, but a tiny bend. And then bringing your heart down slowly to that front knee. Lift the tailbone so you get a good stretch in the hamstring. And breathe with that. All right, I think we're ready to practice our Warrior 3 position. In Warrior 3, you're going to balance on your front foot and the back foot is flexed out behind you. Then your hands will be balanced out in front of you, but depending on your shoulders, you may or may not reach your hands forward. Let's start with our hands, our foot right in front of the chair, our hands on the chair, and just feel yourself lengthen up through that left leg, and then push that right heel out behind you, and let your spine from crown to heel be like one line of energy. Breathing here for 3. And if you'd like to extend your arms out, you can over the back of the chair. Pay attention to your shoulders so they're comfortable. Stay strong in that standing leg and draw the navel in and up. And release. We're going to come to the other side. How are you doing with that? Please be patient with yourself. It takes a while for the backs of the legs to feel flexible enough to split the legs like that. Okay, hands either on the chair or out in front of you, whichever works better for you. Again, pay attention to where you're at with your shoulders. You can also bring your hands more into a cactus. Okay, so you choose what to do with your hands. Then all the weight in that right heel and begin to flex the left ankle and push that out behind you. And lift up through that right hip. Breathing into Warrior 3. Or any part of this. You can also have your hands on the chair. That might give more sturdiness. Releasing that foot to the mat. Standing in a cleansing breath. Now we're going to move into a balanced table. These moves, as you might already be sensing, are really paying attention to the spine and all those little muscles around the spine. So you'll feel how powerful this is and strengthening the back. So for balanced table, stand a little bit in front of your chair and bring your hands to the chair seat. Take a moment to feel that your hands should be directly underneath your shoulder points and your heels underneath your hips. Lengthen out through the spine and feel the back body engage. When you're ready, push that right heel out right behind you and breathe with that. You can hold it here or you can sweep it out a little bit to the side, changing the position just a little bit as you move that heel out to the right and back in. Keep the level of the pelvis level as you're moving. Option to lift the left thumb to the sky and take it out to the side. Breathe with this. And bring the hand down and the foot down to the mat. Cleansing breath. Push the spine up just a bit like a cat. Lift the heart a bit like the cow. Returning to your table, push the left heel out behind you. Option to sweep it out to the side a bit. Feel the back body engaged, keeping your table nice and strong. Option to sweep the hand at the same time. Awkward airplane. Breathing. Always remembering to breathe. Bring your hand down and the foot back to the mat. Cleansing breath. All right, how are we doing with our practice? Are you feeling the engagement of your back body? I hope so. All right, we're going to move into a little bit of yoga flow. Let's bring our chair to the left side of us, and we'll bring our right foot in front of that chair, stepping back with the left foot in a lunge position. 2 lanes of traffic. Plant your hands on the chair. Lift the heart as you lower the hips, and try and keep that front knee right over the ankle. So if you need to spread the feet a little bit further apart, please do so. The back heel is lifted. Coming into our crescent lunge. Leave the left hand down and reach the right arm up or out to the side, depending on your shoulder. Then bring the right hand down and lift the left arm up. Bringing both hands down, bring the right hip back and slowly fold the heart towards that knee, keeping a little softness in the knee as you stretch the back of that right leg. Bringing it back into your lunge. Just rock it back a little bit as you offload some of the weight onto the chair. And then we're going to bring our right elbow to the knee, hand on the chair, And rotate that left arm up to the sky. Breathing. And then bring that left hand down, and this time bring the left elbow down perhaps. Might just be your hand, but it might be your elbow. And then the right hand can go to the sky. We're getting some twists in here. I tend to feel this in the outside of that hip. And release. And then we're going to take these moves on the other side. So moving our chair to the other end of the mat, bringing our left foot forward, in front of the chair, lunging back with the right foot, 2 lanes of traffic. Let the feet be far enough apart that that knee lands over the ankle. Lift the heart. And this might be a position where you're like, oh, I'd like to see if I can do it without the help of the chair. This is a bit of a balance pose. So if that's you, then feel free to let your hands be off the support of the chair for a moment. And then pull that hip back and fold gently, using the chair for support as needed. A little micro bend in the knee. Let that left hip come back and the heart. Engage the back body so that the heart floats forward. Gives you a little bit more ask for the back of the leg. Breathing with that. And then as you bring your knee forward, we'll bring our elbow to our knee and a hand resting on the chair. Turn your heart to the side and lift that right arm up. Lengthen from the back heel through the crown and from the elbow through the fingertips. And then as you bring that hand down onto the chair, elbow or hand, rotate the other hand up. Yes, some good twists in there, our dragonfly twists. Both hands on the chair as you step back to your mountain. Okay, lovely. I hope that was a good stretch for you there. And now we'll move into some of our B series poses from Warrior 2. So I like to stand behind my chair for this. And then we'll come to the side here. And one foot, my right foot, will be facing out to the long edge of the mat. The other foot will be facing towards the short edge of the mat. However, they're in one lane of traffic, okay? So that sometimes can feel a little challenging to the balance. So pay attention as you do that. Use that chair to support you. Let your hips lower and strengthen as the 2 feet push away from each other. And then feel your spine. Feel that strong spine lifting right up through the crown of the head. And then we'll reach that one arm behind us for half of Warrior 2. Take a breath or two here. And then switch to the other side. The front half of Warrior 2. And you might be somebody that wants to do both arms, and that's fine too, whatever works for you. Then we're going to go ahead and come into our peaceful warrior. So take that front arm up, let it reach for the stars. Keep drawing that bottom kneecap up. After 2 breaths, bring your hand to the chair and let the bottom hand reach for the earth. Might slide it down the back of the thigh. Heart is lifted. Gently bring your elbow to the knee. Rotate the heart to the side, and the top arm comes up and over the ear if it's comfortable. But if it's not, you can leave it resting on the back hip. You choose. Bring the top arm to the chair and lift that bottom arm off the elbow, reaching forward. 1 or 2 breaths here. Then pull that hip back as you're straightening that. We're getting ready for our Trikonasana. Let that hand rest on the inside or outside of that thigh or calf. Keep the heart rolled to the side. Breathing for 1 or 2 breaths here. And then switching, bringing the bottom hand to the chair and the top hand up to the sky. Stack shoulders. And then gently returning to our warrior 2. Option to leave one hand on the chair. 2 breaths. Bring the hands to the chair, lift up and change to the other side. Let's actually pause in the middle for a cleansing breath. Okay, now to the other side. Whatever we do on one side, we like to do to the other side. So we continue to maintain a lot of symmetry in the body, although there will always be asymmetry present. Bring that knee right over the ankle and kind of check in with it. Does it want to tip in or out? We're looking to strengthen all those muscles around the knee so it lands right over the ankle. Feel your heart lifting. Find your warrior 2 with one or both arms. Couple breaths here. Feel those muscles around the spine really engaging. Switching your arm now if you're using one arm. Rotate the front palm up and come to your peaceful warrior, reaching for the sky, the stars. Reaching the back hand down the thigh. Gently lengthening the spine as you bring that elbow to the knee. Stack the shoulders, lift the top arm up. Bring the top hand to the chair, reach the bottom arm out, 2 breaths. Draw that right hip back and engage in your Trikonasana, triangle posture. Keep pulling that right hip back, bottom hand on the chair, top hand to the sky. Gently returning to your warrior 2, back hand, front hand, or both. Breathing. Switching if you're just using one. Bring your hands to the back of the chair and step back to your mountain posture. Take a moment to shake out the legs and the arms, letting go of tension and anything that's building tension. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. All right, we'll take our challenge pose tonight, Warrior 3. We did that once. We're going to switch it up just a bit now to a standing split and or a half moon. Bring the chair in front of you. Stand close to that chair. For standing split, you'll bring your left foot right to the center of the chair so you can still see your toes in front of the chair, the edge of the chair. And then you can place your hands on the back of the chair as you bring your other foot back a little bit in the lunge position. Place both hands on the seat of the chair. Optionally, you can bring your both elbows down to the seat. Lift the back heel up, level the pelvis, floating that out in a standing split. Lifting that heel as high as is comfortable for you. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. And bringing that foot down. And we'll take it on the other side now. Centering that foot right in front of the chair. Bringing your hands or elbows to the seat of the chair. And then pushing that heel back and up in a standing split as the forehead comes towards the chair. 3 breaths. 2, 1. And release. Those are powerful poses, aren't they? So just kind of gently work with yourself on these. These are optional challenge poses, but you see what works for you. And then our last one is half moon, and this is more of a side facing pose. So I'm bringing my foot over to my left foot to the right side of the chair. That gives me room to place my hand to the left of my left leg, which gives me balance in this posture. So feel the weight in that left heel. Place that left hand down, and then you're rotating the body to the side and lifting up through both the heel and the arm. And taking a breath here. This might not be something that's working for you today, and that's okay. You can leave the leg down or both hands down. Just the leg out, rotate the hips, whatever works for you. This is Ardha Chandrasana or half moon. And releasing, and we'll do that on the other side. So the right leg to the left side of the chair, the left hand on the left side of the chair. Bringing that back heel up in a flex position, rotating the hips and a heart to the side. Ardha Chandrasana. And release. All right, let's shake it out a little bit, getting rid of any tension that's been building in our body. Standing for a conductor pose, a little bit of a plie stance. Soften the hips and knees. Reach the arms behind you and sweep them up. Exhale and squat a little bit low as you lift the hands behind you. Inhale, lift up, squeeze the hips, lift the arms. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Couple more here. And again. Once more. And release. Shake it out. Yeah. And then we're going to come back to our chair. All righty. Finding a comfortable spot on your chair. And just bring yourself to the front edge of your chair. Lift the heart up. Feel the tallness in your spine, still engaging those muscles around the spine. As we work these muscles, they get stronger and support our bones. And bones get stronger because of the muscles. As the muscles pull on the bones, they help increase the density of the bones. So all this exercise is good, not only for the muscles, but the bones. Let's start with a little march with our legs, lifting one heel and then the other. And then just slowly lean back just a little as you're marching. Feel the engagement of the core muscles. Breathing here. You can bring your arms into cactus if you like. You can bring your arms up if you like. Leaning back more. And your feet might float and you can kind of extend your feet. Swimming them out in front of you. And releasing. Elbows to knees. Long spine, cleansing breath. Slide your hand to the inside of the calf and raise the other hand to the sky. And switching. Little spinal twists here as we go. Coming back to the center. We'll do the core work again here, lifting the heels. Marching. Option for arms in cactus. Or out and up behind you. Keep your shoulders comfortable. Breathing. And release. Elbows to knee. Lengthen the spine. and fold. Coming back to a seated posture. Place your hands on your knees and take a little bit of cat-cow here. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, pushing the spine back. Walk both hands to the outside of the thigh. A gentle twist here. Such a beautiful day today in May. Our temperature is fantastic, isn't it? And gently twisting to the other side. Coming back to center. Lengthen out through the leg. And if you notice, like my leg is a little bit caught on the edge of the chair, so then just scoot your bottom forward so just the crease where the leg and the bottom intersect is touching. And then lengthen that leg. Draw the toes back, a little micro bend in the knee, and slowly slide your hand down that shin as you're stretching the back of that leg. And then take it to the other side. Extend the heel out, draw the toes back, fold the heart forward as you stretch the hamstring on that side. And release. Now let's take a little number 4 or eye of the needle posture, bringing the ankle across the knee if that's comfortable for you. Please honor your hips. Okay, keep the ankle flexed. One hand can be behind you so you rotate in the same direction as the foot. Drop the knee down and breathe with this pigeon or number 4 pose. And then we'll take that same move on the other side, gently sliding the ankle off the knee. And bring the other ankle up onto the knee. And breathe with the twist on this side. And release. One more time, some circles with your hands, your wrists, hands, fingers. Let them wiggle like blades of grass. Bring them into a squeeze and let them go. A couple more shoulder rolls, and let's come into our Shavasana posture, our resting posture here at the end of practice. I like to do waterfall, but you are certainly welcome to lay down on your mat, sit in your chair, lay down on a bed or a couch, whatever works for you as we unwind from the stress of practice and the day. So for waterfall, you set your chair in a position where you can then bring your calves to the top of the chair. So lifting your legs up into the seat of the chair and resting the spine on the mat. Whichever position you've chosen, take a good sized breath here and slowly let the exhale leave the body and see if you can feel your body actually getting heavier. The body is wet, very wet, mostly water. Feel the heaviness of your body as it's full of water. Breathe another full breath in with a long exhale, letting that heaviness come into the body. Almost like you're a lake or a body of water. You might bring your attention to your belly, imagining your belly like a lake. Just feel the gentleness of your breath lifting and moving your belly. But the whole body is heavy. And the breath just slowly laps through the lake. No resistance, just presence. Everything is just as it should be. Is there anywhere where you can let go a bit more? Maybe around the eyes, the jaw. How about the throat, the shoulders, the hips, the legs, the arms. Checking in with your heart, can you untangle the feelings there and just let the heart be soft and yielding, receptive. And this time is for you. This practice is for you. Caring for this beautiful body. Sensing the breath in the belly. Taking a little fuller breath and letting it go. Letting the mind's eye come through the body with tenderness, kindness. Finding a little movement if that's right for you, or enjoying the stillness now. Let the sounds and sensations of the air, the space around you, come to you. You choosing stillness or finding movement. Perhaps you like to bring your knees in towards your chest for a little gentle back massage, a hug. If it's right for you, you can meet me in a seated posture. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart. Honoring the spirit, a beautiful spirit inside of each of us. My light sees your light. May you know peace. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you so much, friends, for practicing yoga together. am so grateful to have you present and sharing practice with me.